All right, folks, we are live. Welcome back.
Welcome back. What a weekend of sports, of adventures. Just yeah, some good stuff in the football world. Obviously, a ton to get to from this past weekend,
Historic.
boys. Yeah, these playoffs have been in general really good, I've thought. I mean, the games have all been. I mean, except for the San Francisco Seattle game, which we'll touch on, all the games have been fairly close or had some sort of intrigue for the majority of the game. Even last round, excuse me, when you had the Patriots Chargers and then the Steelers Texans games, those were at least close until the end. But so far, we've had a lot of great games.
They've had a lot of good storylines, and you're right. I feel like if it hasn't been a blowout, it's been like down to the wire. That wild card weekend was uh
Yeah,
was one of the better ones I feel like in recent memory. And it's especially on the NFL side, like it's shaping up to be an awesome Super Bowl.
yeah, and the
Uh,
divisional round followed suit completely. Again, with the exception of one game, 3 for 4 ain't bad.
yeah, I mean, what a weekend. I had a whole blast.
One whole
Page,
blast. I had one whole
well,
blast.
yeah, let me just put it this way. When you get back together with your friends from college, usually things happen. When it's the four of you that haven't seen each other in probably 6 months and haven't seen much of other since graduation, we went to our buddy's baby shower down in Brownsville, Texas. Shout out Aaron and Caitlin. Congratulations. Um,
Brownsville,
we
Texas.
we hit the ground running pretty hard on Friday night, and we made the responsible decision that 1 p.m. was our bedtime.
1
Yeah,
p.m.
no, 1 a.m. Excuse me, was our
Okay,
bedtime.
okay, okay.
And then did the most impressive thing I did all weekend. I got up at 7 a.m. to go to the gym. Worked out for 30
Wow.
minutes, and instead of going back up to the room, we decided to hit the hotel buffet. Um, 6 pitchers of mimosas later between the four of us.
I was about to say this story sucks.
Yeah. Mind you, the baby shower starts at about 2 p.m. The girls are all getting ready for that. By the time we get to the baby shower, I'm pretty fucked up. I decide, I've been at this baby shower long enough. I'm getting to the point where you got to leave. That's where my kind of recollection of what happens next is kind of clueless. My whole elbow is covered in black and blue marks, and I'm in the hotel room later that afternoon before we go to dinner. Luckily, I didn't make a fool of myself according to the stories, but I was the excuse me, the dad to be had to like grab me. He goes, Evan, you got to get together. You can't go to dinner. And I'm like, I really wanted to go to dinner. And I was like,
Big incentive.
that's fair. He decided to let me go to dinner, and it's one of those things where I don't really know how it happened, but I completely sobered up. Like not sobered up, but I went from being the drunkest person to the least drunk of all the other guests besides the actual dad. He was responsible. And then the rest of the night, I'll just say that's not gonna be allowed on the internet. But yeah, what a weekend. I'm gonna do my best to recount the football games. I will say, due to a lack of sleep on Saturday night, I made it through the Patriots game, and then I did snooze out about halftime of the next game. So, but
Wow.
great weekend, great weekend, great weekend. I'm excited to break down at least the national championship on Monday. Another just phenomenal game. Fernando. Really could have used another touchdown at the end, but that's
Yeah.
neither here nor there. So yeah, but yeah, let's start diving into it. Should we start with? Should we start with some coaching
I
updates, or
I'm just
got anything
dying
else you want to
that
talk about?
I'm just dying that I was at a bachelor party and I remember more of these games that it sounds like you do from a baby shower. Um, this is 30, I guess, right?
Well, hey, I'll tell you this. I was like, oh, dude, I can't believe I beat the hangover on this. I wake up Monday morning and I go, oh, fuck me, dude. Actually, no, wait. I had to postpone my flight till Monday. I woke up Tuesday morning and I was like, oh, this is biting me in the ass. Yeah, so that was the other thing. I was supposed to leave Sunday, but due to a missing phone situation, not mine, someone else did lose their phone. Sensitive topic. Um, I decided to be I decided to be the good friend and extend my trip so I could help drink and look for the phone around Brownsville all Sunday, which is kind of what we did.
That's very
Um,
charitable.
yeah, and then I flew home on Tuesday afternoon. So
I gotta say, working out at 7 a.m. is it's something I've never been able to do. So
No, no.
I,
hats off to you there.
Uh, I will say, I think it was one of those things where I convinced myself if I do this, I can just go be a complete asshole for the rest of the day, and that's kind of what I did. So
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, why don't we dive into the Patriots game?
yeah,
But if that's the one you can remember most, I think it would
yeah,
make sense
yeah.
to start there.
Yeah, and listen,
Well,
we might as well talk about the AFC champion ahead of time. Congrats,
whoa,
Evan.
whoa, 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 whoa!
Congrats.
Yeah,
Big
congrats.
accomplishment.
Major
Drake
congrats.
May, year 2, Mike Vrabel back with the Patriots. Super Bowl appearance.
Um,
Incredible. Good
listen,
achievement.
Yeah.
here's what you got to say. That we listen. I wanted Bo Nix at his best. I really did. We deserved him at his best to get a little bit of revenge for Tom Brady and his forced playoff losses in the Mile High City. Um, I'm confident in a win this weekend. I think
Duh.
there's no reason you shouldn't win. But listen, it's not a walkover. That defense is really good. However, I will say this. I understand, Justin Herbert had no offensive line. CJ Stroud, I'm not really sure who that was playing for him on
I think
Sunday.
I think that's just CJ Stroud now. Like we still view him like this elite, unstoppable, like next guy up quarterback off of, don't get me wrong, an incredible rookie season. But like that was so long ago now. That was 2 seasons ago now. Like CJ Stroud is just getting lifted up by the season from 2 years ago. And like, is he even that good anymore? He didn't have a good season at all.
And you know what comparison it's making a whole lot nicer is the Bryce Young CJ Stroud like legacy debate 1 and 2. Who should the
Yeah.
Panthers have taken? It's really not looking like a bad pick now. The scallops on Bryce Young's part.
Yeah,
Scallops.
but I do want to give, and I think who deserves a lot of credit is this Patriots defense. Like, you can say what you want about the offenses they played. They have just been unbelievable in the 2 games they played. Like, you can say we had a weak schedule all year. You guys can say all these things, and they are true. They are true. But at a certain point, you have to start giving a little bit of credit for not blowing any of these situations. Drake May really, really needs to start holding onto the football better. It's the pocket awareness, something I thought he'd gotten a lot better at. I think now it's more of he's staying in the pocket way too long and just trusting it's going to be there. And Will Campbell, unfortunately, since he's come back from this injury, just doesn't look comfortable in the spot. And listen, he's going against great edge rushers. Like, that is, fair enough. But we also saw it earlier in the year against Myles Garrett, his elite talent. They're finding ways to take advantage of him. And I still have faith in Will Campbell, but he's a couple years out from probably being an elite left tackle.
Yeah, well, he's a rookie. He's played what?
Yeah.
He hasn't played a whole season. Yeah, I mean,
But listen, I was hoping he was going to be like a Joe Alt. That's just, who I was hoping he'd be, I guess, But the Patriots looked really good. Drake May, like, apart from the fumbles, he made all the big throws when he had to make the big throws. The receivers really stepped up for him. And I'm still not sure which touchdown catch I'm more impressed with. And I think there should be an open discussion about it. The Stephon Diggs catch is almost, to me, more impressive than the Kayshon Boutte catch at the sidelines.
They're both very nice.
Like,
I don't know, man. That booty catch was
Both very
incredible.
nice.
the Kayshon Boutte catch is way more electric and way more exciting. But just from a pure, like,
And a bigger
impressive
moment in the
standpoint,
game.
the Stephon Diggs just this hands, unbelievable. I'm surprised the Patriots are not already in Denver preparing for this game. But I honestly felt like this was they're starting to put themselves in that category. They're the team that's playing well right now. I know you might not think of it from an offensive standpoint, but that's just mistakes, like rookie mistakes, I think. The defense is playing like a championship defense. The special teams are playing phenomenal, all that stuff. So they just continue to impress me. And a great win against the good Texans team, despite some hurdles that we give to ourselves.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm a Texans defensive player, I'm pissed right now. If I'm Will Anderson, if I'm Daniil Hunter, I'm pissed because that's every single time I looked up, Will Campbell was getting run over by Will Anderson Jr. And listen again, I think Will Campbell's going to be good. This is not really against him. He's just not as good as maybe the number 2 or 3 best edge in the game right now. Like I the Texans defense played an
I
unbelievable
think
game.
Will Anderson is number 2 behind Garrett. He looked
I have him.
incredible.
Yeah, I have him there as well. But the TJ Watt stands will get mad, and I don't want them on my bumper.
Yeah.
The Marcus Jones is unbelievable. Like human highlight, unbelievable. Scored me my or cashed me my Patriots anytime defense touchdown. Unfortunately, the Texans defense could not do the same for me. They had a clear scoop and score opportunity and dove on the ball instead. So the parlay could not cash. But yeah, this Patriots team is good. Drake May fumbling 4 times. I would have assumed the Texans win this game, but the great equalizer is Stroud throwing 4 picks himself. As I said to lead off the show, the Patriots, congrats to them for the AFC Championship. If y'all don't beat Stiddy, as Peyton says, if y'all don't beat Stiddy in Mile High next week, it would be one of the more botched opportunities ever.
I feel like Evan nailed it with this game. The defense was absolutely unreal. Like if you watch some of those clips, they're literally getting 3 yards off the line on every single down. And so you can't run against them, and then they're so deep that they just get like they're averaging like 5 sacks a game right now. And I feel like during the season we knew that they were a good defense, but then as soon as we get to playoffs, they're playing like the best defense in the NFL. I feel like they're everywhere. I gotta say I might be a little biased because I might have a future, but feel like it's the Patriots' year.
I also took a future on the Patriots. I'm leaning into it.
I saw them at 1,000 before the playoffs, and I was like,
Hey,
wow.
guys, we are all Patriots, as the great Robert Kraft has said. We are all Patriots. Yeah, I'm excited because I actually have big news for myself that I need to discuss with the boys. So, although the boys are out of a survivor pick, I have a crucial survivor pick I need to make this weekend. I am pitching a current perfect season. So how my survivor pool works, we can get to this in a minute, but you get everything resets. I went perfect all season. You get 2 losses. That doesn't matter, I guess, so I'm pissed about that. But now in the playoffs, I can pick each team twice. I've picked the Patriots once. I've picked the Rams once.
Oh, I see.
I know that my problem is I can't pick the Patriots this week.
Because then you have to pick against them next week.
And I can't do that.
Yeah. Wow, okay, I see where you're at.
I either need to pick them this week and then just hope there's only one other person left. So, like, I'm at least guaranteed second. Or do I pick the Rams or the Seahawks in a game I really don't know what's going to happen? I have my thoughts.
You've got to, because who will you pick next week?
Well, I'm saying,
yeah,
but
I know.
But look, okay, I know you hate this move, but I'm picking the Patriots this week for sure because then either I win the Survivor or I win the Super Bowl. Like it's a win-win.
So,
it's a beautiful hedge.
So here's how I would look at it. If I picked the Patriots this week, I would refuse. I would refuse to bet next week, even if I wouldn't make a pick. I would rather lose the Survivor pick than pick against my team. That's how I feel about it. So that's
how much money is the Survivor pool?
Almost $2,000.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Fuck your team.
So I think it pays out like $1,200-$1,300
like your team,
for first
like,
place.
You either win the Super Bowl or you win $1,200. Like that's such a good Sunday.
I'm not a sellout.
Fuck off, dude. Flow Ride has sold out and made a shitload of money.
Or I could win both and win it and get
that would be sick. Or you could lose both, and that would suck.
Well, no matter what, I'm guaranteed some money for second place. So that's another way to think about it.
I guess.
Last thing about this game, did you see CJ Stroud like missed his guy and he reached for it and just his knee just exploded?
Yeah.
I think it might have been like Dalton Schultz or someone. Not good.
CJ Stroud does that. Like he got Tank Dell exploded too. At the end of last year, he has that he has that Peyton Manning to Austin Collie trait in him, where just once a
Yeah.
season he gets somebody blown up.
Jeez.
Um, there was something else I had on this game, and I can't remember what it was now. Oh, the concussion conversation we had last week. That one extra day, I think, was really big in this game with Gonzalez being able to play and having the game he did. Nico Collins, there's just not enough time to clear concussion protocol if it happens on a Monday and the game is on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that's big. Now I don't know if Nico would have played if he had that extra day. I did not read those reports, and he did look a lot more um, absent-minded, if you could say, than Gonzalez did when he had his. Um,
Speaking of which, Gonzalez looked
he
absolutely
looked
amazing game
he
for
looked great.
Gonzalez.
He looked great, and you got to think like again. I don't think this impacted the game, but if you're a Texans fan trying to find a silver lining, like, dang, dude, if Christian Gonzalez just couldn't have cleared concussion protocol, like if there was that one extra day like they dealt with, the way Stroud
There
was
was a
throwing the
point they were
ball,
winning. It was
I
like
know
10-7.
the way Stroud was throwing the ball, I don't know that Nico Collins would have made that much of a difference, but it's just another top receiver, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, congrats to the Patriots. I I still think the NFC teams are both better, but I'm also a hater. So good luck in the Super Bowl, I guess. Such bullshit. Y'all don't. Such bullshit, dude.
Hey, listen, I had a long, long time to worry about winning a Super Bowl again. I didn't know this day was ever going to come, dude.
You're such
You
a
know how many
dude.
years it's been?
Um,
It's been almost 7 years since I was here last time.
Okay.
poor you. Should we jump to the Patriots' opponent, the Broncos, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah. I think
and
that's
the
good.
recent news from the Bills firing Sean McDermott? The coaching carousel expands. What do you
Yeah.
guys think about
I mean, this was kind of like a Super Bowl or bust kind of thing. I felt like for McDermott even before the season. Sometimes things just go stale, and you got to try something new. You're not going to get rid of Josh Allen, and something's not working. The other piece is McDermott's supposed to be a defensive guy, and the defense hasn't been very good. Now some of that's been injury and other things, but like they're old, they haven't been very good. I mean, the Bills have scored a lot of points, and they're not winning these games. Josh Allen didn't play well this game, and we can touch on this actual game. But as far as McDermott goes, I think it's just time. I don't. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's a Tomlin thing, but they just aren't the Steelers, so they don't wait for 10 more
that? Did you
years.
see he's had the best record and like scored the most points in his time as Bills head coach?
Yeah, but
The
like,
Bills have.
yeah, but people don't care about that. Like they care when he took over the Bills, they were dog shit. So everyone loved this recent success, but when you have
Yeah, that's true.
when you just at some point fans are greedy and they're just going to keep wanting more and more and more, and he's not been
Well, when
able
you
to
have
push
Josh
them
Allen, when
through.
you have the
Right,
MVP,
right.
yeah.
And say what you want about Josh Allen's MVP last year, but he was the best player in football this year. Best, be-
Yes,
best
was.
quarterback, best quarterback. I mean, I thought there was other players that were better, but
And
Yeah.
it's as a sports fan and someone who gets emotional over sports, um, watching his fucking linemen like Deion Dawkins, Brandon Cooks be brought to tears, like hearing him say, "Oh, I feel like I let the team down." Like you can tell he's like that. How much love there is for him in the locker room. Like there's no ways you move on from him,
yeah,
and it's did he have his best game? Like you said, no. I mean that interception at the end of the game. I mean I don't know what world we're living in. Like we have got to do something about referees in pro football. And college football, we're going to get into that here in a minute. National championship game, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what's next for the Bills. I don't know who I'd want to bring in as my head coach if I'm the Buffalo Bills organization either.
if I'm John Harbaugh, I'm a little pissed at myself.
Trying to look back at that contract,
Yeah,
see if
like,
there's
fuck.
any clauses,
Or
24-hour clause.
Yeah, or Stefanski even, but like, I think, and I can't take full credit for this idea. I heard it on some other show or podcast or something over the last couple of days. If I'm the Bills GM looking for the next coach, I want like a Jesse Minter. I want a defensive guy because Josh Allen will fix a lot of the offense.
I
You don't
actually love
need
that. I love that take. Minter.
yeah,
I love to have
you don't
Minter.
you don't need somebody to be like, hey, Josh Allen, do better. He's Josh Allen's going to do really well at
Well,
football. I mean, he's good at football.
did did you guys see the owner of the Bills addressing the media on the Sean McDermott firing? And
Uh-uh.
he was like, I walked into the locker room and Josh Allen was crying, and I said it's okay, and he didn't even address me, and then I fired Sean McDermott. Like it made no sense.
Oh yeah, he thought
Um,
there was gonna be some rationale there. It was
it
Yeah.
awful.
was like yeah, it was like a story that just like went nowhere and made no sense. So I feel like they don't really have a plan. I feel like you nailed it, Boone. It's just like, hey, clearly we've got a generational talent and we're not winning. I feel like it's the exact same situation as the Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's two schools of thought on it. Like you see what's happened in Kansas City with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, and you go like, I want an offensive guy. Um, but Spagnuolo has been offered all like head coaching jobs, the D coordinator there, and he just would rather be the D coordinator in Kansas City. It's like a perfect storm of a head coaching caliber defensive guy just wanting to only call the defense. As far as
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jesse Minter would be a slam dunk hire. I just think he's awesome. But um, as far
I
as the
love
game
that actually.
goes, yeah, as far as the game goes, I'm bummed we don't get a Bills Patriots round three. That was my first initial takeaway from this
hmm
game. I
Oh,
mean,
thank good Lord. I'm not sure my heart's capable of taking that, dude. Oh my God. But
I think this game also there was a play. I think it was probably the second to last play from the Bills where Josh Allen, it might have had like I think it was Kincaid, had him just wide open,
yeah,
like
yeah,
40 yards, just a seam straight down the middle, and he just like he overthrew him. But man, it if he hit him, it would have been game. And I just feel like with the Bills, like what is that True Detective saying? Like time is a flat circle. It's just the same
yeah.
story for the Bills. Like they're always going to find themselves in the same position, dating back to like the four Super Bowls in a row. And if someone is able to come in and truly break that curse for this fan base, like what a moment that would be. So, um, I feel like it's exciting times for them. Exciting yet like sad.
Yeah, they need uh, they need a lot of work. Honestly, if you look at this team, and people are going to overrate this whole thing, at least I think it is. The Broncos are a better team than the Bills. The Bills just have Josh Allen. The Bills defense is old. Trey White had a good vintage year, but like Milano's old. A lot of those what's his name? Bosa didn't he's looked old this year. I think
James
they need
Cook
a
had a good game.
James Cook's
James
very
Cox
good,
had a
and
great year.
yeah, no, this is
Yeah.
not about the offense, but I feel like their whole defense almost needs to be gutted and restarted. And
Yeah.
that sounds worse than it is. And then on offense, they just got to get a number one guy. Brandon Cooks cannot be the go-to guy in the divisional round when you need points. Like they need somebody. The
Mm-hmm.
closest they got to the Super Bowl was that Chiefs overtime game, and they had Stephon Diggs, who was playing like an all-world level. They need somebody to go to the ball with that's not a tight end or Brandon Cooks. Um,
Well, and
so there's,
Keon Coleman's probably going to get traded after today's news as well.
I mean,
So
what happened today? I didn't see that.
they basically said the owner again in like a press conference that it was a mistake drafting him. It was just like a whole mess of a
Jesus.
press conference. So everyone's talking about like landing spots for him already. But I think that was
Wow.
probably coming for the exact reason
Yeah.
you just were talking about. Like Josh Allen needs a guy. He needs a guy that and he had Diggs, but I feel like ever since then it just apart from like Kincaid maybe just catching fire a few times, Shakir, having a few big games here and there, he hasn't had a big target or just an all-around good
He
receiver that he
hasn't had
can
a
go
number one
to.
receiver. Yeah.
Yeah, and for a guy with that arm talent, it's honestly just not it's blasphemy,
Yeah.
like get him a guy.
Yeah. Not saying to get rid of Shakir. It would be, has been and would be great in the like little number three slot role. But
Yeah.
I'm looking now. The Bills have number 26 overall pick. What could you get for that straight up? Because they've shown no ability to draft. Last time they
AJ
had
Brown.
Last time they traded a number one pick, a late round, first round pick for a receiver was Diggs, and that worked.
AJ Brown?
Maybe. Would you give up 26 for AJ Brown? I don't know that I
I
would.
would. I would.
I don't. Well, how old is
New
he?
situation with Drake.
Yeah, he's 28. I would.
Yeah, I'd
Maybe I
do that in a
would.
fucking
Maybe
heartbeat, dude.
maybe I would as well.
I
Yeah.
think the Eagles take that because the Eagles are so good at drafting. I mean, fuck it. I think that's probably a win-win for both teams.
God, that'd be
That's actually
terrifying.
probably a real good trade. Like it's best for both worlds. But the problem is AJ Brown want to play in fucking Buffalo.
I mean,
Yeah, you do take a risk with the diva wide receiver there.
so here's one. If George Pickens shows no interest in, well, he's not a free, he's going to be a free agent, isn't he? So the Cowboys wouldn't
Yeah,
have
he
a
is.
choice. I was going to say if he doesn't want to sign long term with the Cowboys and they see value to just grab number 26, I would kill for George Pickens.
I agree, but I don't really see a world that the Cowboys don't re-sign him.
How
I
tall
mean,
is George Pickens?
Like 6'4".
is he really?
Really?
Yeah, he's tall.
No way.
Six three. I mean,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I was thinking 6'1" or 6'2".
Yeah.
Actually 6 or 6'1", so
I
I'd
mean,
actually,
well,
that's
but
got to be that might be the Patriots' number one target in the offseason.
I don't know. 26 is better than 32.
Well, if he's a free agent.
Yeah, yeah. What about like a Brian Thomas Jr.?
No, you're not giving up 26 for that.
Really? I still
No,
believe.
dude.
I
I mean,
still
yeah,
believe.
but you're not giving that up after he's had that bad of a sophomore year. You give up like a third round pick for him right now. That's his
yeah,
value.
I feel like that's too
I
much
don't
for a
know.
guy like that after this year.
I don't
But
I mean,
know,
there's
man.
no
hey,
He's
world
still
you give up
there
26.
he's still so young.
Yeah,
there
but
was a
he's looked
game
awful.
there was a game with some really good receivers that also happened. Rams
Charles
versus
Thomas.
Bears.
Wait, we got to touch. We can't just skip over. Let's end with Rams versus Bears. Let's touch on this blowout in Seattle.
What
Uh,
did we skip over?
the
Oh,
Seattle San Francisco game. Um,
oh yeah, that
let's
blowout.
we don't have to spend a ton of time here. San Francisco, tough season. Everyone's hurt. I think McCaffrey said this has been the toughest season of his career. He had like 400 something touches. Um, they fought ish. I mean, they beat the Eagles. That was big for them.
Um,
They died here, and the Seattle defense is unbelievable.
Boone, I mean, you kind of called this game. I said, I was like, I see a world where San Francisco can win, and the other world, which I actually honestly thought they were going to win. I don't know. I still can't rationalize it in my head. Was where they got their absolute brains kicked in, which is what happened and what you predicted to happen. So credit to you. I probably should have just given up hope on that game. I don't know why. I can actually say I don't think I remember a second of this game. Maybe that's just because it was so bad. Maybe that's just 'cause it's so bad
It
we zoned it
started
out.
hot.
Yeah,
But
I don't remember much of the second half of this game. Um, but Nicky Manwari, our boy, our prince, he just looks like he's been there for the last 50 years. I mean, he fits into that Seattle Legion of Boom-esque mindset so perfectly. That defense is unbelievable. And did y'all see
Yeah.
that clip of Leonard Williams and Gray Zabel on the sideline from that game? So Gray Zabel, I think he's a rookie this year. It's either rookie or second year. Guy from North Dakota State that they took. I think he plays guard, guard or tackle. I've done my research clearly, but he essentially is sitting next to Leonard Williams on the sideline, and he goes, "That center's coming down to W every time. Just like blitz the B gap and just like essentially slide in and just go at the hole, beat him to where he's sliding." He did it on the next play and absolutely blew up Brock Purdy. And they had it all on mic. It's cool. And he comes back up, dude, you were so right. The B gap wide open. So even from the sideline, Gray Zabel's just out there coaching up the D line. Um, this Seattle team is really good, and for that reason, I'm so confident that Darnold falls flat next week and we get a Rams Patriots rematch.
this is where I'm at. Thank you, because I'm leaning so hard on putting the Bit Rams piece in.
Mm.
I can't talk myself into taking Seattle, especially the last way the Rams lost in Seattle during the regular season. But that also
Yeah,
could be why I take Seattle again, because the Rams kind of look like fools this year as well. But that's the problem.
I'm still
Yeah.
trying to put I'm still trying to put my thumb on who to take in this game, honestly. But before I touch on that, I gotta say, Niners, I feel like they got a lot to be proud about, like with how Purdy played
Yeah,
this year, how the defense played this year, and like the guys that they're getting back with Fred Warner, with with Bosa. Um, it's gonna be a team to look out for next year. But I feel like if they can reload as well, especially at the receiver position, they could be a real problem next year.
Yeah,
yeah.
you got to think. I mean, people don't even talk about Brandon Ayuk. I mean, that just walked away from the
Yeah,
team.
good. Yeah, like what?
Talk about
There's
a
a
diva.
there's a story that came out that I guess the 49ers ownership essentially sent him a letter saying, "Hey, we're not going to pay you your contract because you just stopped showing up to work." And he didn't even fight it. He was just like, "Sounds good, fair enough." He's just like, "I'm out of here, dude. I'm over this
He
shit."
made like a TikTok goes like going by the stadium at like 100 miles an hour or something like that.
Talk
Jesus.
about third round picks. Would you trade a third round pick for Ayuk?
Depends what kind of
Fourth,
IQ I'm getting.
fourth.
Does he pass
I
a psychological evaluation?
It's fair. You could work that into the contract.
Yeah, a
fourth or fifth.
mental.
I'd go late. Like if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, I'd give them our fourth.
What if they ask for your third? Would you do it? That's more what
No,
I'm asking. No, that's
no.
I'm asking for
'Cause
the line.
I'm more of a 4 to 5 range. That's kind of
Okay,
more
I
realistically where
see.
I'm
I
at.
see. I still believe in him. If he plays, that's really the big if,
I just
which
don't
he's
like. I
proven
don't.
to
That's
not
my
like.
issue.
You don't like him.
No, no, my issue is it's not about the talent. Like, I still think he's probably a really good player. It's the questionability of getting him on the field. Those are the players
Yeah,
I don't really like trading for.
I feel that. Um, to your point, Chuck, what the 49ers had to overcome this year, no Fred Warner, no Bosa. Brock Purdy missed like 5 or 6 games, right? Mac Jones played, bless you. Mac Jones played
Thank you,
incredible for that stretch. McCaffrey's just
Patriot.
gotten beaten up.
Kittle
Who
going
else?
down as late as he did is not
That
Oh,
not
he's
going to
out.
be.
He's gonna be out all next season. I mean, that's.
Yeah, it's
But then
awful
they
timing.
didn't have Pearsall for a large stretch of that season. Um,
Yeah, and then Robert Sala
yeah, yeah,
now going
to the
to
Titans.
Nashville. Niners going to look a lot different
Which
next
how
year.
I
did y'all know about the Robert Salah Liam Cohen beef?
Yes,
no.
after the game
Keep your name
handshake,
out of my mouth.
he's
Yeah.
well, no, it's deep. Like apparently, Salah was like calling out that the Jaguars had been like essentially sign stealing or like doing some kind of like very legal thing that Salah sees as cheating. So he was calling him out after the game, and then like they got into it over that and didn't shake hands.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
And speaking of Liam or beef, did you also see the Baker Mayfield Stefanski?
yes, I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that.
Because that's
Um,
arguably the more
way funnier, way funnier. And Baker actually can do something, I guess, more so than the others about the actual about his feelings. Did you see the Baker Mayfield beef?
No, I didn't see that either.
Somebody tweeted, I can't remember who it was, like I guess in favor of Stefanski to the Falcons, that Stefanski had dog shit quarterbacks that failed in Cleveland, and that's why he had the long string of all the quarterbacks. And Baker Mayfield replied like, "I don't think dog shit is correct" or something like that. Just got in this guy's face, and then he went off on a tear about how Stefanski just traded him, left him like a pile of shit for when they traded for Deshaun, and he still hasn't called or texted him about it. Looking forward to playing you twice a year, coach, is how he ended it.
that was the best part. Looking
Yeah.
forward to playing you twice a year, coach.
Yeah, the comma coach that cuts. Um,
Also, I gotta apologize, dude. These hotel chairs that just lean you back so much is just driving me insane.
where are you at right
Oh,
now?
those are the
Oh, you're in
worst.
Indy,
Uh,
aren't you?
yeah, I'm actually. It's nice to be somewhere where you're just acknowledged as being really like just their owner for the most part. I'm owning
You're
them for
such
the
a
last
dick.
20
You're
years.
such a dick.
I will say pork tenderloin sandwich. I had my first one today. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Where'd you
So I
go?
didn't go to one of your places. I just went to some random place by me. I'm going to your place tomorrow before the airport, but it's like 30 minutes from me. So I was like, I'm not driving
Uh,
there 30 minutes for a sandwich today. I'll do it tomorrow. But
which one are you gonna go to?
I don't know. Haven't decided. Might
Uh,
do both.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Get
Yeah,
one, get the other to go.
we can talk tenderloins when you're here next week. Yeah, I've got nothing else on this game. Seahawks are good. They should win against the Rams the way they're playing, but I think they'll probably
Yeah,
fail.
the more I think about this game is like the Seahawks, it's in Seattle. Seattle have shown me nothing to feel like they are frauds. The
Right.
only thing that lingers in the back of my mind is that Minnesota Vikings game last year with Sam Darnold and some of this oblique talk.
Hmm.
Darnold hardly really even played versus the Niners, which is good, but also I don't really know like how healthy he is at the same time. How much is that affecting him? Could he just have one of those games, kind of like the first game against the Rams, where he just throws for 4 interceptions and the Seahawks just blow up and there's nothing their all-star defense can really do? And on the flip side, will Stafford have that legacy Hall of Fame game? That he honestly is kind of due for. He's played really well. He's had game-winning drives, but he could slice this defense apart. He's got healthy Puka and Devontae. I can easily see the Rams winning this as well. So I honestly like
It's
the over.
it's such a hard game to predict.
Hmm.
I, I
I'm
Yeah,
excited for it. I'm excited for it.
so
That it's going to be
I
the
and
marquee game of the week.
the talent in this game, like probably the best two receivers I'd say in the league,
Yeah.
going at it. I mean, yeah,
And I mean, this Seattle defense has been a lot like the Legion of Boom defense, the way they play, but not the way they talk, which has been funny. It's like a complete contrast, but also the same in a lot of respects. Um, this, Chuck, you said you liked the over. To me, this game could either last, like, blow over the over, or it could just be like a 10-17 game because both these
what is it?
defenses can play.
What's the over?
40,
One second,
47. I've
47.
bought it. I've bought it down and parlayed it with the Patriots, in a few parlays. But another thing the Rams got going, um, is what's his face? Chris Shula, the defensive coordinator, is welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, he's going to be the next head coach. So
Is that official?
no, but he's leading all of the odds. I feel like he's interviewed like twice, I think already. I think he's a young defensive-minded coach. I feel like he's probably their best candidate right now. So I don't know what that does to the Rams defense. Maybe it gives them a little boost. Legacy game. Let's win it all for Chris. Or it's a complete distraction and Seattle takes advantage of it. Who knows? But that's something else to keep an eye on.
Also, this is, not to toot myself while I'm up too much, but the Patriots are pretty much going to have their same exact staff back next year and really not lose any players.
Evan,
Congrats, dude.
what if the Broncos go hire Nick Foles right now?
Oh my God, the
Would
Patriots
you be
lost
afraid?
again to a
Hey,
backup.
here's a better scenario. Imagine. Actually, this would be a horrible scenario. I'm not going to even talk about it. I'm not going to talk it into existence.
Let's hear
I
it.
saw this. Nope.
Let's hear
I
it,
can't
pussy.
talk. Nope, I can't bring it up. Sorry. Now, I am a pussy. I don't risk my team. I don't risk anyone on my team's health. I'll put it that way. I'll let you think about it. It's a matter of a certain
Wow.
quarterback came
You
back from the
almost
Super Bowl.
if Tom Brady went and played for the Broncos.
No, that's not what I meant. But
I've seen that a couple times. Tom Brady
I
comes
saw
back.
that too.
He comes
Philip
back to win it.
Rivers.
No. Tom Brady comes back to win a Super Bowl for the Broncos to get one final cuck on Peyton Manning. Oh wait, before we jump into this last game, I want to talk on Tom Brady for a second.
I can't hear
I'm
you.
just answer my question. Is Tom Brady a bad guy?
Perfect human being. He's God.
So why did he spend the last 20 years bashing tomatoes, and then as soon as he gets an opportunity to chase the bag, he's doing ads for Pizza Hut? What up? What up, Tom?
Easy
Talk,
answer. He doesn't have to
talk
play
about
football anymore.
talk about selling out. Talk about
Hey,
selling out.
listen. You know what the worst part is? I'm starting to become a tomato guy. I had grilled cheese and tomato soup the other day. Wasn't awful. Probably not gonna
Oh,
do it
dude.
again. But
Grilled cheese and tomato soup is an unbelievable combo.
it's too tomatoey.
What's tomato soup, Nimwit?
I know, but I like pizza sauce. I like marinara. Tomato soup's where I draw the line.
All right, whatever.
Tom Brady's a
Last
god.
game, last game. I thought this was the best game. Personally, only
Second
because of,
best, but
I mean, just of how this. Are you talking about your game being the best?
yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Um,
Yeah.
the way this game ended was just so unbelievable.
Game was awesome.
I was tuning into the Big Cat's Twitter and just watching the highs and lows. It was feeding me. But this game was, I don't know if the Rams are worse than I thought they were, or I don't know if I'm just not respecting the Bears.
Here's the thing. We finally got our Bears loss in heartbreaking fashion
We
that we were just
did.
waiting
We
for.
did.
Like
We
you
did.
knew this was coming. There
Yeah.
was no doubt in the world this was coming. Um,
To
I
me,
do remember this game from Saturday night. I do remember parts of this one. So
to me, the Bears, to your point, Evan, like they beat themselves in this game. They had everything in front of them on that game-winning driving opportunity, but instead of running the ball, they just got too pass happy. And I feel like this matchup was a classic case of you cannot give Matthew Stafford that many opportunities to beat you. And
Yeah.
if you give him the ball, I just could tell when they blew that opportunity when they were at the 50-yard line and Caleb threw that interception, and you just saw Stafford walking out there, you just knew the Reaper was coming, and as a Panthers fan, you could just tell the way the Rams have gone throughout these playoffs. Don't give Stafford the ball with that much time and that many opportunities because he's gonna go down. And the way he was throwing it, the way he found Puka, like on I think that like third down, he just put a nail in the coffin with the Bears and said just took control.
so
Yeah. Go ahead, Ev.
no, I got kind of a long take. So if you got something quick, jump in.
Yeah, I was just gonna say another weird fumble game. Stafford with like two kind of strange fumbles. I, go ahead, Ev. That was all it was.
Yeah. This is kind of the reason, like what we talked about. It's like how killer of a Matthew Stafford is this year. It reminds me. I've just kind of come to this conclusion. You know when the Seahawks played up, it was the Broncos in that Super Bowl, and just kind of kicked the shit out of them. Like
Yeah.
just kind of got up early and then just relied on that defense to kind of shut them down. I feel like that's the way the Seahawks have to beat the Rams the next game. Like they got to get up like 17-0 quick and then just
Yeah.
kind of and then like maybe Stafford chips away, just kind of keep that like distance where it's a little bit more than a one score game. Because if you Stafford's going to break through and win a close game. So I've come to that conclusion. If it's a close game, I think Stafford gets it done. But yeah, I mean Stafford's just kind of started to have that killer instinct, and I'll be interested to see. Do you guys think he walks away if he wins the Super Bowl?
I haven't thought about that. I mean, he's 37. He's looked like he could continue playing, but like that's such a good, easy way to just be out, to be done.
Oh, speaking of which,
Uh,
Rodgers gone.
Retired?
did he?
Did I
Is
get
it
bust-
official?
Did I get
I
busted on that on Twitter this weekend?
I don't
My
know. I
drunken
didn't.
stupor.
I don't know. I didn't see
I
that.
got to know. Aaron Rodgers has not officially announced his retirement.
Okay. Hey, okay. I got
You got
I got
censored.
bamboozled.
No,
Yep, I got
I feel
bamboozled.
like I feel like if let's say like Stafford was on the Chiefs, for example, yes, but he's got Puka in his prime. He's got still like Devontae if he wants to play another year. He's got still good tight ends. He's got a good defense. Good coach. I just feel like there's too much in front of him to like retire at this point.
Yeah, but he's also.
I do think he's a Hall of Famer already, but
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
if he plays
100%.
3 more years, like good Lord, who knows what he could do with that team. So
Yeah, but I mean, he's 37 now? Does he want to? And
it's not that old.
I know, but he's just gotten beaten up over. You got to remember, Lions years count as like 1.5
Yeah,
years.
he's more like 48.
Yeah, like those Lions years, he was getting
Dude,
he was
I
getting
know, but that's the
beaten
thing.
up.
Like, dude is a competitor. I feel
No, I
like
hear you.
they're the
I
type
hear
of
you.
guys who.
Sometimes you just gotta go, dude, before you
Yeah.
like break like six
That,
vertebrae.
but well, that's what I'm saying. I think like 39, 40, like yeah, hang them up. Let's not do any long-term damage. But I don't know. I guess if you do win, it's like the perfect just
Yeah.
sayonara.
I could
Kind
see,
of like what was
Yeah.
it, Aaron Donald?
and Peyton Manning did that as well. Um, but like, dude, you gotta. I don't know. Does three Super Bowls versus two Super Bowls, is that a huge thing for him when he's probably hurting? I don't know. I mean, to go back and put yourself through another off season, another year of training and prep, and when he's probably just ready to take a
I guess
break.
he's never really gonna catch Brady.
No, it's like
No.
um
I don't know. I just feel like Stafford's a gamer, and
no,
and
I
that
agree.
that, that part of me makes me feel like he's gonna play till he's like 42, or till someone really, till Miss Stafford tells him, "Dude, you're done."
Yeah, I could now that you say that, I could see him being like he just keeps playing until you see that huge last hit. He looks up at the coach, just like, Coach, I'm done.
Yeah,
I got
and
nothing
again,
left.
it's mainly because he has guys like Puka who like are good for 100 a game, like easy money. You just gotta sit in that pocket and throw it,
He's
just
also got
get
a
a good
great
offensive
offensive
line.
line.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, why hang it up now? See if you can turn this into two, three Super Bowls. If not, hey, you retire by the time you're 39, 40, you're good. But hey, there's one thing we have to talk about with this game. Um, that Packers game with Caleb, where he threw that
Yeah,
fourth
yeah.
and 8 play, I did not think it would be possible to really top that on a fourth down this playoffs, and yet here we are. That shit was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Seeing that live, I was just like, "What did I just watch?" Um, absolute scenes. I feel like, man, if they would have gone on to win the game, what a legendary game this would be for the Bears, and like who knows. But yeah, that
I
we what a moment.
I hate to say this for the Bears faithful too, but if you remember the last time the Bears lost in heartbreaking fashion, by the name of one Cody Parkey in the double doink, what happened to the Bears for the next 8 years?
Oh,
Just
don't do
misery.
this. Don't do this to the poor Bears fans.
And like I am afraid this is where it might be going for the Bears.
Oh
Just
God.
a bad injury to start the year next year. Everything just starts unraveling. I'm
Did
not.
you see?
I feel for the people of Chicago, but you got to consider that might happen.
Did you see what Ben
History is doomed to
Johnson
repeat
said
itself.
today?
No.
They were like, "What do you have to build off of after this loss to the Rams?" And he said, "We have nothing to build off. We started at the bottom."
It's a good answer.
He's so Mike Tomlin to me. He's slightly more coherent Mike Tomlin. Like he just speaks and I don't know. So I mentioned I was at a bachelor party. We're all watching this game last night. Everyone's kind of uh tending to their wounds. Everybody in the entire bachelor party. One of the guys was a Bears fan as well. As Caleb starts taking those the back pedal steps, everyone's just like, no, 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 no. And every Bears fan in America is doing the same thing. Like he took that snap and didn't consider doing anything but retreating immediately. Uh,
I was like, I've never been so sure that a play was over.
yeah, same. But then just the 25-yard touchdown pass that he threw from the 40, the pure arm talent to put that ball off the back
Uh,
foot right where it needed to be. I know some of the Rams fans at the time, at least they quieted down since they won, were belly aching for a push off. I didn't think it was a push off. I thought the corner just took the wrong kind of beat to the football. But the arm strength to get the ball there from the 40-yard line, falling away
I,
is just
I will say, like, I get where the Rams fans are coming from. Like, it did look a little weird. Like, it just kind of looked
yeah.
weird. Like, it just, I get what they're coming from, but I don't think it
I
was
get
either.
I
I see their
I
argument. I
didn't.
could be making that same argument if that was my team, but like
I honestly didn't think it was PI at all. I
I
feel like
didn't
it
either.
looked weird. I think it looked weird because everyone was like, "Why the hell is he throwing it? Like, what is going on?" Just sheer surprise. Like,
Yeah.
it looked like the cornerback didn't even know where the ball was. I felt like Loveland, or no, sorry, Komet was like getting close to him to try to make it look like the ball hadn't been thrown, and that threw off the corner, and then he immediately jumped back and caught it. It was honestly genius. And by that time, the corner just looked back like, "Oh shit, it's a touchdown." But like you were saying, Boone, to actually get the ball there in the snow, kind of falling back. Good
Yeah.
lord, Caleb Williams has. last year I know it was Jaden Daniels, but him and Drake May obviously taking a step forward. Caleb Williams might be a top three like talent wise quarterback in the NFL. I know
He,
that's crazy to say, but there are just some throws that he makes where I'm just like, I don't know who else is making that right now, apart from him and
yeah,
like Josh Allen and a few others.
he might be the goods. He might be the goods for sure. What is a more devastating way to lose that game? To to make that catch and then lose the way they did, or for Komet to just bobble that catch or drop the ball? Which is more devastating?
Ooh.
Definitely the way they did. I mean, to get to
Really?
get reap
I
to get
don't.
reapered by Stafford.
I don't know, man, because if he just drops the ball, you'll never know what happens in overtime. And that would kill you.
Yeah, no, maybe actually you're
Like,
right because then they never get that play.
yeah. Like the going back to the when the Pacers lost in game 7, that will always hurt worse because there's no way to
Yeah,
tell what could have
and
happened.
and you remember last year when Lamar threw it to Mark
That's
Andrews
what made me think about it.
and Ravens fans were crying for weeks. For
Yeah.
weeks they were crying.
Yeah. Like if you're a Bears fan, you'll always be like, man, if he catches that, we have all the momentum
Yep.
going into overtime.
And we had a miracle the game before,
Yep.
it would have been a
Yep.
miracle run.
Yep.
There's nothing we couldn't have done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
Um, what
Should
do
we
you
talk
think, Ed?
college?
I
I,
just have one last thing on this game, but I want to hear Ed's
I,
answer.
Yeah.
I probably the way they did. I just don't know if it gets much worse.
Fair. I got killed twice on this game in overtime. Not by big bets. Um, the Bears like I don't know if it was overtime or if it was in the fourth quarter. But they on the goal line they try to run a little like whip route almost to Luther Burden. Not the right pass at all. He's like triple covered. And the Rams knocked it away. I had Luther Burden next touchdown, plus 1100. So that was tough. And then the very last real play of the game, when the Rams on like third down go for the fade to the tight end, and he could have made a play on the ball, but couldn't secure it. That was Terrence Ferguson plus 700 anytime touchdown. Just
Oh,
two brutal ways to end that game, but nobody
dude,
cares about my bets.
you actually just reminded me that DJ Moore route that kind of cost the Bears the game.
Yeah,
That he just like did not run or finish in any
yeah.
regard. Man, just reminded me about some of his routes at Carolina or on the Panthers. I wasn't really too surprised there. I feel like he is massively overpaid on the Bears. I wouldn't be surprised if they move on from him.
Would you trade number 26 for DJ Moore?
Hell no. No.
Hmm.
I
Ooh.
think you could I think you could draft someone better.
I think you're overvaluing a lot of players and how much a lot of teams value their first round picks. Like
No,
it takes a lot.
it's not that. I'm undervaluing the
Oh,
Bills being able to pull off a good pick there.
okay. All right. That's
Yeah.
that's more of
Also,
a
So
fair
I
understand.
know the Bills are going to have to pay for that pick. Is what I'm saying is they'll probably have to overpay somebody for that pick, to get one of these guys. I just don't. To me, as an objective observer, if I'm a Bills fan, I think I feel better about getting a player with that pick, knowing I overpaid, than watching the Bills blow it on freaking Elijah Surratt, the 5'9" receiver from Indiana, with their first round pick. That's more where I'm at.
also Boone, the way that the Bears lost is worse than if Loveland or sorry if Komet bobbles it, and I'll tell you why. Because that game was like Siberia temperatures.
Oh
It was
yeah.
freezing, and all the fans had to
Oh,
wait, had to stay
true,
an extra like 30
true,
minutes
true, true.
and sit through overtime, and so they had to freeze their ass off just for them to get reapered by Stafford.
I didn't even think
So
about
that's why
that.
it was
That's a good
worse.
point. That's a good point. Do y'all want to talk any coaching carousel, or do you want to just save that for another
Let,
show?
I
let's.
thought I saw Mike McDaniels to the Chargers offensive coordinator, perhaps,
Ooh,
or it's very close to happening. Maybe he
I
turns Herbert into a Terminator.
After this, I think we save the rest of the coaching carousel for after the Super Bowl and get some updates and dive into our Projections for next year.
Um,
Yeah,
Way
I
too
like
early projections that nobody asked for.
the
that.
the only thing I would say on the coaches front, three teams with Super Bowl aspirations this year. None of them made the playoffs, and all of the coaches in waiting at those staffs took their teams to the playoffs. The Ravens, the Bucks, and the Lions. If you're a fan of one of
Ooh.
those teams and you're watching McDonald with the Seahawks, you're watching Ben Johnson with the Bears, you're watching Liam Cohen with the Jags, and looking at your guy and just being like, shit, man, did we have the guy in house and we kept the wrong guy? Something interesting to watch as some of these other guys might move on. We talk about McDermott. Do the Bills try to just move Brady into that role to keep him if they think he's the good? So just could we see some moves based on history there?
So much is going to change. Yeah, that's a good point. And so many teams I mean, I think Exhibit A, I've been saying all season, the Falcons roster just needs like a
Oh,
competent head coach, and it worries me with Stefanski going in there. So I can't
Yeah,
imagine
I
what these
like that
other,
a lot.
6, 7 teams, Raiders with the first pick, a lot of these examples. So great point, Boone.
well, on the note of the Raiders in that first overall pick,
Yeah, good segue.
congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers in a game that
Yeah,
I
wow,
thought
that's a
wasn't going to
professional
be.
transition. That's a professional
Yep.
transition there, Ev.
Bravo,
Uh,
Evan. Bravo.
well done.
Uh, I did not think this was going to be as good of a game as it was.
Me
I
neither.
mean,
Credit to Miami.
Miami came out fucking popping. I thought, listen, it's a football game. It's a national championship. You got to let them play. I went back and watched some of the highlights of this game actually on my flight yesterday. There was some hits that were a little late for how they've been calling college
Yeah,
football all year. Like I was kind of like in the moment. Oh, that's kind of late. Like I went back and watched the highlights. Like that should have been 15. Like pretty clearly. Like especially a couple on Fernando. Like they were
yeah,
out to get him. And
Yeah, they massacred my boy.
I'm not completely convinced that wasn't Mario Cristobal's strategy. Like, hey guys, go out there and try to rattle Fernando a little bit because he was a little rattled. It got him a little rattled,
yeah,
and rightfully so. Was he saying to hit him late or anything? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think his strategy was, go
yeah,
hit him. If we accidentally get a couple 15-yard penalties, like so be it. But like we need to get after him and
yeah.
rattle him, and it worked. But again, Indiana at the end of the day was just what we've been saying all last few weeks is such a complete football team. When anybody needed them to make a play or someone needs to step up and make a play, they just did. And Carson Beck finished in Carson Beck fashion, but congratulations to Fernando Mendoza, and he had his moment. I did feel like
Yeah.
he had really shitty Heisman
What a
moments all year.
play.
He got it in the national championship game, and talk about a time to get it. So
Yeah.
awesome game.
Yeah,
To,
you
to get
mentioned
your moment after winning the Heisman too is like
Yeah,
yeah,
just so unique.
solidify it.
deserves why you have it.
Yeah. Have you mentioned like the Miami guys, were they trying to throw him off the game? It felt very much like the Glory Road, go out there and stick your armpits in the rim kind of play call, where they were just trying to establish like a level.
Good
There
reference.
was, appreciate it. There was one play though, and I think it's the one you're referencing there, you were referencing, where Mendoza is clearly he doesn't even have the ball anymore. He's handed the ball and still gets popped by I think the safety it was maybe number 8. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, there was
And
a couple others too.
yeah, but he
But
gets
yeah.
up and like wipes blood off his lip, and I was like, that is going to be a screenshot if Indiana wins this game. And sure enough, I mean that, and then it gets replaced by the more iconic screenshot of him diving into the end zone. There was a cool clip that I don't know if y'all saw on Twitter. That same one of the guys that he like just eats a tackle from on that touchdown run, 31 on Miami. Last season, that guy blasted Mendoza when he was at Cal, like absolutely crushed him. And he ends up eating that tackle from him in the championship game a year later and scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty awesome little full story moment. But yeah, this Indiana team, they fought. They made a couple uncharacteristic like penalties. I felt that you don't really see like that false start on the
Yeah.
2nd and 1 was
Big false
crazy.
start.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Big
Oh,
false
yeah.
start.
That fucked me all sorts of ways in my bet.
Yeah,
That's
same
whatever.
because they ended up not covering. But just an unbelievable game. Chuck, what do you got?
I mean, you guys said it all, but to me, it seemed like the strategy from Miami, like you said, Evan, like I don't know if there was some hyping up maybe from Ray Lewis, Ed Reed before the game for the defense, but I feel like that the strategy was let's lean on our defensive line, and man, did they show up! Like I thought Ruben Bain and Mesidor played
Oh,
incredible.
Dude, the D
Um,
tackle, big number 99, that monster of a human on
was
Miami's
that
D line,
Moden?
something like that, dude. I don't know. He had one play in the first half where
I
he
think it was
stopped
Moden.
somebody with his arm, and that was it. He
Yeah,
just stopped the one
oh,
arm.
yeah.
they played lights out.
Yeah,
I mean, Mesidor going, you have to give all the credit in the world.
yeah.
Bain, I've seen a lot of mock drafts where he's now the number 2 guy off the board. And not that he was a projected top 15 pick pretty easy. I'm seeing him skyrocket up draft boards after this performance.
Piper has him
Yeah,
at 9, dude.
I mean, I felt like he's got to be top 10 all year from like when the Miami played those first two big games. I was like, geez, this guy he looks like Micah Parsons out there. But
I've seen him at 2.
yeah, no, I honestly wouldn't be surprised. But I was gonna say, I feel like, and especially with what's his face, Tony, the way that Miami was playing, the way they played Fletcher, he broke one, and that offensive line, they were moving the ball. I feel like Miami was a blocked punt away from winning the national championship,
Yeah.
Very
and
easily.
there's an argument here that like Miami played the better game, especially the
Easy.
way they performed in the second half. But man, the call from Cignetti down the stretch to
Yeah.
go for it on that fourth down back shoulder, and then to call it to take a
Accurate.
timeout and run that with Mendoza, which I'm not sure if you guys saw. That Mendoza play, there was a clip in that Notre Dame game against Miami where I think it was CJ Carr does the exact same play on fourth down and gets it.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
I think if they took it right, they took a page right from their book, like carbon copy. But man, those two plays down the stretch from Cignetti to actually win the game, good lord! I feel like Indiana
Well,
escaped here, and there was a
Also,
team. They were a team of destiny.
the
yeah.
throws, to have the confidence in your receiver to do it twice.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
he's like, Becker's gonna go make a play on this ball. And he did
Well,
both times.
Becker is just Alec
ridiculous
Pierce. I
catch.
noticed. Did y'all see that? His stats. He's the fastest guy on the team, much like Pierce is at least from our receiving core. He's a white guy, and I think his average catch was like 21 yards per catch. They're the same guy. They're the exact same person. He was unbelievable. The first back shoulder catch.
Oh yeah,
Oh
on the
my God!
sideline,
Yes,
barely in. Yeah, so
he's holding up
they
like the
made.
side. Yeah,
Well, yeah, one of you guys said like they made the plays when they needed to make them, and that's why
yeah.
they won it all. And honestly, it felt like after Indiana won those two games versus Alabama and Oregon, it just felt like everyone had already crowned them national champions, and I almost feel like Mendoza just manifested like this whole thing, the way that he's been talking in his interviews.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
What a
he
story!
dropped an F bomb. He moved away from flipping and dropped an F
Really,
bomb. Oh yeah.
that's
attaboy.
man,
Yeah.
Also,
that's crazy.
Did you see
His draft stock's gonna plummet now.
No, he's going to Vegas, dude.
I know.
credit to Indiana fans too. In Miami's fucking city, travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not
They were
telling me
saying
that
on the
was a home game.
broadcast. They said
Yeah.
on the
They were
broadcast
loud.
it was 60-40 Indiana.
And also
There's 700,000 alumni, I learned.
Yeah.
most in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Largest living
insane.
alumni.
Yeah.
Did you hear the other thing Mendoza said? I'm sure something you saw on Twitter at some point. They asked him about all the shots he took, and he said, "I'll take shots from the back or from the front for my guys."
Yeah, I did see that. I did. Oh my god.
All right.
He's like anywhere you need it.
Yeah, yeah. So
Hilarious.
things don't.
I guess the showers at Indiana and IU. Maybe that's what win championships. I don't know.
Hey,
But-
well, if he doesn't succeed on the Raiders, he's got a long career on the strip. If he's got a mentality like that.
Hey, does
And
Cignetti
prison.
take a head coaching job now?
No, he said he's a college guy.
Yeah.
He came out and said he's a college guy. He did. When they were asking about the draw play, he did say they put that play in this week for that situation. Like just to have the strategy. He said it's a QB draw, but we block it different because we are expecting them to do something, which they ended up doing. I mean, it was a masterclass of just like game planning.
I also love the
he's so
fact
good.
that Cignetti when you're in that situation, those fourth downs, those third and longs, you could have run a halfback drawn situation. Like, you have to keep the ball in your quarterback that's on the Heisman's hands in all those situations. If you don't, like, you can die on your quarterback that won Heisman not making that play. You hand the ball off, you're getting shredded for that coaching decision,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work.
Hmm.
But
I
Um,
did see Mendoza's brother transfer to Georgia Tech.
Alberto, yep.
What if he just goes off?
He's projected
I,
to
I'm I'm surprised he didn't stay. That kind of seems weird.
no, they're bringing in Josh Hoover and he's better.
Yeah,
Did you see Mark Fletcher going after the Indiana player after the game?
I did.
Yeah, I wish I knew what was said because he
So I
like
heard.
dapped up Mendoza after the game. He didn't seem like he was gonna be like that, but I mean, I don't know what was going on.
Well,
Oh yeah, I did
I
see
also
that,
heard
that
Beck didn't
news.
shake hands. I don't know if that's true,
Beck
but
did not
I
shake
mean,
hands.
I mean,
He got
after
off the
throwing that
field quick.
interception,
It was
I
very
heard the Mark
reminiscent of
Fletcher thing.
LeBron.
I heard the Mark thing was Mark Fletcher. Apparently, something was said about his father, who's dead. I don't know if
Uh,
that's true. That has not been confirmed, and no one can prove it. So, you know,
right.
you can't. I mean, I don't know. Emotions
Uh,
are high in that situation.
yeah,
I don't know why someone would say that either. Like, dude, you just won. You don't need to rub it in his
right.
face. Who knows? But I don't know.
hmm
The funniest thing from this whole game though was Ed Reed in the tunnel afterwards consoling Malachi Tony with the big ass foam hat but backwards.
yeah,
He, just
ridiculous.
the Miami sideline was a real who's who of defensive stars and then Mike Irvin.
I think Malachi Tony's the next Michael Irvin. Just fully embraces Miami. I'm so excited for him to be back next year. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, he's
And
electrifying.
he's got a new quarterback if y'all didn't see the news. Darian
I haven't
Mensah
caught up with a lot of college
Darian
football
Mensah from
news.
Duke has transferred on the deadline of the transfer portal day.
Oh, oh, and he's getting sued, right?
Yes.
He's getting sued for it.
Yeah, I don't know what the suit's about. Can't comment on that. But yeah, it's a real shitty thing to do. But
Where's he? Where is he going? Sorry.
Miami,
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
yeah. So Duke's kind of fucked in a lot of ways now because the portal's pretty much closed. All the guys with starting experience aren't still
Wow.
around.
Oh, so that
Yeah,
means that Duke can't bring in anyone
I mean
new?
they can. It's just like the guys who with starting experience are gone. So
Okay.
yeah, it's
Okay.
a tough situation, but he will be the one thrown in Malachi Tony. That will be fun to watch. I've got to be honest there. Um, I think he's good, so it'll be tough for the Dukies.
Yeah, that is a tough blow.
Um, you were talking about Ruben Bain though earlier, Ev. Kuiper came out with his first mock, and he has Bain falling all the way to 7 to the Commanders. I just don't see how that's a world that's
So,
possible.
well, I mean, I'm not even that. Like, I mean, I don't see him falling that far either. I guess my thing is, before the playoffs, he was like a 15, like 10 to
Oh
15
yeah,
was where I was seeing. And now, like, even if he falls to 7, which I don't really see, he's already jumped up so many boards. Is more so
I
like what
got
I
you.
was saying. And I think he could be very easily a top 5 pick. Um, but we'll see. I also have since I'm one of the picks I am locking in, like absolutely locking in. Ravens, I mean the Giants, excuse me, at 5, Caleb Downs. You can mark that down.
Really? You think
Mark him
Hmm.
so?
down. Harbaugh's going to take him. He loves a good safety.
That's true. That is true. Um, Kuiper has Carnell Tate to the Giants, which seems odd to me.
Yeah, wide receiver, not a bad take.
Anything else on
Arvell
this game?
Reese is two?
Nah,
Yeah,
I got nothing.
Arvell Reese is a beast. Yeah, I got nothing else on this game.
Got
We'll talk
Arvell
coaching.
Reese, Sonny Styles.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, we'll get into all this stuff after the Super Bowl.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
Preface
we'll
that.
dive into some of the players. And we'll do coaching carousel stuff as more coaches happen. Right now, there's too much football to talk
Yeah,
about
stick
next
stick with
season.
us,
Yeah,
guys. Stick with us.
Um,
but
what
boys, I got
projections
nothing.
were you talking about, Ev?
What do you mean?
I thought you said something about our projections. Our nobody asked projection.
Yeah. Well, since we got 2 weeks in between the Super Bowl, we will be doing a live show to break down the championship weekend next Tuesday. But following that, more so just way too early projections for next year, college football wise. I
Yeah.
mean, we do already know the national champion. Um, South Carolina Gamecocks. Perfect.
Obviously.
We'll
Perfection.
see.
Let me start looking at some football. Maybe get into a little bit of mock draft talk. We'll see. Just kind of hold us over before we preview the Super Bowl in a little bit more in depth and lock in a bunch of prop bets. If you don't have 20 to 30 random prop bets for the Super Bowl, you probably didn't bet it properly.
Yeah.
That's just a rule.
Color of the
Anyways,
Gatorade is going to be blue this year.
Yeah, I agree. But all right, boys. Well, we got nothing else. Good chat.
Yep.
Catch up with y'all
All right,
next
boys.
time.
Talk
Good
to you
show.
later.
All right.